Hi, I'm Wendy, and I want to talk to you about anxiety, stress. What was interesting is I did a demo for the food co-op where I work at the local college, and I remember when I was in my late teens, early 20s, the last thing I was stressed. It was, you're in your late teens and 20s, and life is just starting, and I remember saving up my money so I could hitchhike around Europe one summer. Stress was not on my mind. So stress happened when I was a caregiver with Bree, definitely. After 27 years, I really hit a wall stress-wise. But it wasn't when I was young, and all the kids that came to the table, the issue was stress and anxiety, so that was really, really sad. But there are things we can do, and I'm going to talk to you about some herbs and tinctures and that work beautifully, really beautifully, and are very helpful. And I'm very grateful that I can help people out, 5 days a week at work, finding positive solutions. I also will talk about children and stress. A lot of moms coming in, and their little 6-year-olds are dealing with stress. So, we got to change things around. The American diet isn't helping. I know for a fact that if I had have continued on the standard North American diet, I'd be heavily medicated for stress if I'd even be here. First foremost is always change of diet, always. I mean, as long as we're taking foods that activate the stress, all the caffeine. I can only drink, my maximum now is green tea or decaffeinated coffee, 1 or 2 a day. But you can have decaffeinated green tea, which is great for stress. And I'll talk about that later. So thinking about foods, the foods that are good to think about eliminating, that are irritants, of course, is caffeine, alcohol, definitely chocolate, anything that's made with caffeine in it, any caffeine foods. Also, I have to go once again for stress and anxiety, it's dairy. Dairy bogs down the liver and stresses the pancreas, and it has, what happens is then the liver and the pancreas have trouble absorbing the nutrients in foods because dairy causes inflammation in the digestive tract. It also heightens allergenic reaction to the environment, like dust and mold. Eggs feed viruses that contribute to autoimmune disorder and cancer. They're going to make it difficult when you're dealing with any type of stress, definitely, to deal with it. Corn, most corns are GMO corn now, and it's causing all kinds of issues. Wheat, it's highly inflammatory. Please do gluten-free vegan bread. Odo's is a great choice. There are others, but Odo's is a great choice. Processed foods, of course. And then I'll talk about the good foods that help you deal with stress at the end of this. So, what I want to get to are the herbs, the wonderful herbs that help with stress. So, number 1 herb, Ashwagandha. Himalayan herbs, excellent herbs. This is an Indian herb. This is a company that's, is not Ayurvedic, but follows those principles in a sense. The main thing I'm telling you is they know herbs. 90-year-old company, they know herbs, and they know Indian herbs. I've used different of their formulas. They're awesome. One I'll talk about later is their stress care. So I'm talking to moms and dads here, and anyone really, but always my focus is moms and dads of special needs kids and their children. The moms and dads are definitely stressed, way stressed. So things that can really help you that are not detrimental to your health, but actually add to your health, are things like ashwagandha. So ashwagandha is the most widely used and respected herb in the sense of stress and anxiety. It's also good for sleep, but it's not going to make you sleepy if you have it during the day. Another thing about this company, they're all tested, they're clinically tested. So when their dosages are exact, don't take less, don't take more, follow the directions. It's all been studied. I love ashwagandha, like athletes when they're worn out. This has like the positive energy of a horse, that strong, moving forward energy. So something to seriously consider and have around. And I love this company. But I want to show you also that it comes it comes in a tincture, if that's more convenient. Herb Farm makes a tincture of it. And also Oregon Wild Harvest makes a tincture of it. So different ways you can have it. You might see my dog has just come in. He can be a little stressed. And I'll talk about a product that they have for dogs, okay? Because he's a little worrier when he lost our main Breeze dog. And he's been quite sad ever since. And wants to stick very close to me. All right, so we did ashwagandha. Now the next one I want to talk about, it's Oregon Wild Harvest. You can get it at Herb Farm. I talk about these two because they're two good quality companies. Kava root. Kava Kava, stress and anxiety. But the one thing about Kava Kava that's interesting is it's great for the fear of flying, which I have, okay? And also public speaking, for public speaking. So this is interesting to know. Kava Kava, good one to have around. Anybody flying, but it's also just stress and anxiety. It relaxes the body and awakens the mind. So very good one to know about. Now I want to talk about lavender. Anybody doing essential oils knows lavender. Lavender is calm and relaxing. Lavender is amazing. It's one of those essential oils across the board. For burns, for anything. You have a burn in the kitchen, you put lavender oil on it, which seems weird, putting oil on a burn. It will clear it up beautifully. There will be no mark, anything. Just wonderful. So, many times I tell people to put lavender on the back of their neck before going to sleep. It relaxes you. You can put a few drops in your bath. Very, very relaxing. So what I have here is a wonderful product. It's CBD oil with lavender. And I will do a video on what I know about CBD in a few weeks. This is a great company, the RE company. They are certified organic with the FDA. Not just part of them, they are certified organic. Awesome company. This is a roll-on. It's beautiful. So you can just roll on the lavender, CBD. Lavender's in here. Put it on the back of your neck. But you're also getting CBD, which is feeding a system in your body called the endocannabinoid system, which is a system we all have that craves the CBD. So you can just do lavender essential oil, but I thought I'd present this with you since I've been using it and I just love it. Okay, lavender. Next we have lemon balm. Lemon balm is for general exhaustion. It's Oregon Wild Harvest. It's for general exhaustion and stress. Licorice root. Licorice root is for when your adrenals are just wiped out. So you want that licorice root. The other thing I wanted to let you know is that I'll go back to the ashwagandha, on the Himalayan product it says regenerates adrenal function. So your anxiety and stress is coming because your adrenals, which are those little glands on top of your kidneys in your back, you've had so much stress and anxiety and worry, they're just exhausted. And so that will help bring them back. Important thing to know about. And the licorice root does it too. Now we have passion flower. Passion flower is also good for anxiety and panic attacks. So what I want to put in here is something called Rescue Remedy. Rescue Remedy comes in these little pastilles, but it also comes, here's a rest, because I'm going to talk about children at the end and anxiety. Comes one, it's a Bach flower remedy. It's been around since as long as I can remember. I mean, I've been doing 36 years of plant-based, and it's been around. I've been seeing it and using it from the very beginning. I will put one, they have Rescue Remedy for sleep, for fatigue, for pets, and they also have CBD for pets, your anxiety pets, CBD, and Rescue Remedy. This is great to just have a Rescue Remedy in your purse, but I'll talk about that later. Passion flower and Rescue Remedy are both for panic attacks. So these, this can be carried in your bag. This can be put in your pocket easy. And panic attacks aren't fun. So passion flower and Rescue Remedy, okay? They're, I've had them in the past, not anymore, but Rhodiola. Rhodiola is very interesting. Anybody with Lyme out there, Lyme disease, you want to know about Rhodiola. Besides for anxiety, when you've had Lyme for a while, this is a great one to bring back vitality. So, and it's specifically for, mentioned for Lyme. It's when you have long-term illness and you're just depleted. So you have long-term stress and anxiety and you're just feeling depleted, this one, okay? St. John's Wort, been around forever. Everybody knows about St. John's Wort for stress and depression, chronic fatigue, and even fibromyalgia. So these are all the body's stressed, the body's anxious, the body's just worn out. American ginseng. American ginseng is when you're worn out. You feel worn out and tired all the time, and I know all the special needs moms feel like that. American ginseng. It balances the whole body and helps you adapt to stress. So, and there's many forms of ginseng, so you want the American ginseng for that. Now, another thing I want to talk about before I get to the kids for the moms are, so many people, sleep, of course. You're anxious, you have trouble sleeping. This is an awesome product, Tranquil Sleep, by Natural Factors. This is a Canadian company, and the one thing I want to let you know, which is really important, the testing in Canada is so much higher than here in the States. They test for pollutants and contaminants parts per billion. In the States, the regulations only demand parts per million. The foods that are grown, it's a family-owned, no pesticides. They use birds, bees, and frogs. 6 feet of topsoil. This is awesome, clean product. So it has 3 ingredients in it: melatonin, sunethine, and 5-HTP. So the 5-HTP, well, first of all, the melatonin, like some people say, I take melatonin, but then I wake up. The melatonin, yes, will help you go to sleep. But the 5-HTP will help you stay asleep. And the 5-HTP, if there's an emergency, you will wake up. So don't worry that you're not going to wake up. And the sunethine helps stop that circular thinking that keeps going on when you're anxious and you're thinking over and over and over again. But the other thing I want to tell you is years ago, when I hit a wall when Bree was 29, and the doctor said to me, no one does what you're doing alone. Because here I am living in another country, I don't have any family near me, and I divorced my husband, and I'm alone. So I was living in a great little town, a very supportive town, but basically I was alone doing it. And the 2 things that helped me when I hit a wall, I had to do the medications for a little bit, just because I didn't know what else to do. But I didn't like the effects. I didn't like, I know too many people that, are taking, the standard medications for anxiety, and they're zoned out. I mean, they can't really feel because it's suppressing those feelings. And when we suppress our feelings, we don't grow as human beings. So when I went off that, I went on 5-HTP and L-theanine. 5-HTP and L-theanine. I went on both these. Okay. So what I want to show you, and those I was taking the morning and night, and they work beautifully. They really work beautifully. So these two really help with my stress, moms. And for the sleeping at night, these you just take 2 before going to bed. And what I want to show you is the 5-HTP is in here. The Sunathane is actually an L-theanine. Wow, And then the melatonin. It's just awesome. I had a woman come in the store after doing a month of this, and she's been having sleep issues forever, and this worked. She was going, oh my God, this works. So when you're having, just please, this is a great company. I really love the product, and I love the combination. The combination is just awesome because I have good history for myself personally. I mean, I don't take anything anymore because, I'm doing 32 ounces of celery juice in the morning, green smoothie. I make this awesome vegetable broth with kombu and shiitake mushrooms that I have midday. I don't have any of the problematic foods in my diet. If I were to take anything, and I did actually take it for a month because I wanted to see what it was like, and I probably will take it again because it's such a great formula. Here it is, Stress Care. Once again, the Himalayan company, because they know about herbs. They're 90 years old. I really like this. And what I'm going to show you on the back is right here, there are 2 formulas. One formula is 300 years old. This formula works. And what was so nice about it, it's always hard to explain, and remember, you take the amount, these are clinically tested. You can go to HimalayanCanada.ca and see all the research you want on the Himalayan products. They've been clinically tested for the purity, the effectiveness, and also the dosages. So take it as the directions say. I felt this really nice level of calm. Life happens, but there was that nice level of calm. That's all I can say. So this is a great formula. Stressed out moms, I know what it's like. So Stress Care is great. And for sleeping, this is awesome, the Tranquil Sleep. And the L-theanine, 5-HTP, I've had very good experience with all these products. I can only talk really from personal experience, so there you go. Now that I've told you about those, what I want to go to is some things for children. The one formula I don't have on me is Catnip, and it's literally C-A-T-N-I-P. It's a safe, effective relaxant for babies and young children, used for all manner of stress, and it's good for teething, and it's good for lowering fevers. So you're going to want to have this in the house. And get it in a tincture from either Herb Farm or Oregon Wild Harvest. Catnip, K-A-T-N-I-P. Okay, good for babies and young children. All manner, stress, teething, lowering fevers. Important to know about. Then we have California Poppy. California Poppy is good for children having trouble sleeping and general stress and anxiety. Another one to have for your kids. Then we have chamomile. Chamomile. Everybody knows about chamomile tea. Well, remember Farmer Brown and Peter Rabbit? And when Peter Rabbit got back from trying to steal some vegetables from the garden, his mother made him chamomile tea. Chamomile tea. Chamomile comes in a tincture like this. It's good for children and infants. Infants with colic, nervous stress, infections, stomach issues. In the European hospitals, they use chamomiles for all kinds of digestive problems. Okay, chamomile. And you can get chamomile tea, but this is a lovely tincture take it that way. And this is chamomile flowers, so just 2 different forms of chamomile. So for the kitties, the young ones, I want to talk about L-theanine. Remember how I said L-theanine, that I took it? And it's really good. Right on the bottle it says helps reduce stress, smooths away any tension. So L-theanine is also in the sleep one under the name Sunethine. But L-theanine, you have a little one, and you know, a lot of little ones. That's why the tinctures are so great. They don't want to take the capsules or the tablets. Decaffeinated. That's green tea, which is so good for us. Decaffeinated though, for the kids. This is where L-theanine comes from. Okay, it comes from tea leaves. So you could give your little ones some decaffeinated green tea, and they're going to get the L-theanine. Also for yourself. Okay, just so you know, that drinking green tea instead of the coffee all day. So for you as an adult, you might want the one with, there is some with caffeine in it. So you might at least, if you're used to drinking coffee all day, maybe have your morning coffee and then start switching to this, because the coffee is going to make you more stressed. The green tea is going to make you less stressed. And just start to integrate it. I understand still wanting that morning coffee. It's such a habit in our society. But the rest of the day, you could do the green tea. And it's going to be good for so many things in your body besides the anxiety and stress. I mean, I think there are studies out there about cancer. And so it's a good thing to think about. All right? And then we have our rescue remedy. I always carry a rescue remedy spray in my bag. I've just been doing it for so long. Great for panic attacks. Great for when wherever you are, the stress is getting a little much. You just can spray it in your mouth, or it comes in a tincture too. Tincture body, just put it under your tongue. Always start with the tinctures under your tongue because they absorb better that way. But for the little kids, you know, here it says, you know, Bach flower for kids. And this one, so if they don't want it in this one, which is a tincture, they can have it in little pastilles. They have an orange pastille and they have a black currant pastille. They have it for pets, so you know it's okay for your kids. They have it for adults. They have it for sleep. They have it for fatigue. They have it for, I'm trying to think of what I can see the different ones. Bach flower has been around for years. It's a flower essence. To me, it's the main of all the Bach flower remedies. That's BACH. Rescue remedy is like the big one. Something to really know about, something to have on hand. And anybody with panic attacks, like the passion flower, you can just carry this around. It's a little bottle, carry it around. I guarantee you I can open my purse, my bag, and there is a little bottle of rescue remedy in there. I hope this gives you some ideas, some thoughts. I know, you know, everybody out there is stressed nowadays. And for good reason, you know. Unfortunately, you know, the fires in the Amazon, the glaciers disappearing, financial stress, it's just on and on. But we can manage it. We can learn to manage it, and we can, you know, I always think if I can keep my little corner of the world, and if I can share with you things I'm learning about and things I've found and things that have worked for me, made my life easier, then that may overcome all the rest of the stuff. So please think about this, look at this, try a few things out, see how they work for you. Thank you very much.